everything that's blue is low sec, everything that's green is high sec, everything that's gray is null sec. That does not mean that it is unexplored, but it can mean that it's unexplored. Same thing with low sec. Low sec can be unexplored. It's just whether or not there is a policing presence there. Quick recap, you guys find yourselves after a mildly harrowing jump through hyperspace. Find yourselves at the Floating Vagabond in a black hole system named VHS 279720. And you pulled in and parked, if you will, and got out, had some interactions, and you are walking towards the entrance to the Floating Vagabond proper. And that is where we are going to pick up, and that was maybe one of the fastest recaps I think I've ever done. And so...
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Can you repeat that?
I wish I could, but you'll just have to watch the video later.
Wouldn't take him very long.
It wouldn't. All right. So, to set the scene, can everybody see the current scene that you're on?
Yes.
All right, cool. You are, so the hangar bay is to the south of you. And I'm using this particular map, and I drew walls where they are so that you wouldn't be able to see what's behind and to the left of you because it's incongruous with the idea. So the hangar bay is behind you, and you are approaching. Right here is a very large, approximately 15-foot wide, what looks like blast door. And then right there, you see the main entrance, and it's about 10 foot wide, and it's sliding glass doors, it looks like, probably. And there are two bots that are on either side of the door. You see those pretty clearly. And see if I can give you a little bit better visual of them right quick here. As you approach, this is not going to be a ton better visual, but as you approach, you can tell that they are greeting people as they go in and out. And that's pretty much all the interacting that they are doing with everybody else. So I will unpause the game and you can move about. Dave, hang tight. We will get to you, man.
Yep.
So there you are. I didn't put anybody except the bots in because that would be a boatload of tokens hanging out and moving around.
Yeah, this area was fairly crowded, wasn't it?
It's fairly crowded, yeah. There are 7 ships or 8 ships in dock, including Canadensis. And there's not like a ridiculous amount of activity, but there's pretty good activity. There are probably 30, maybe 40 people in the hangar bay. And this is not separate from the hangar bay at all. It just leads up to it. So you've probably got 10 or 15 people in front and around you, in front of and around you. This music is totally incongruous for the current situation, but that's okay. Do you stand there or do you approach?
I'm approaching.
Okay.
I think we approach.
All right.
Yeah, Joshua and I had talked to a dude, and we were headed in. So yeah,
Yeah, what was that guy's name? Was it Carl?
Sure.
I don't remember.
We'll go with
I'm
Carl.
just the guy running the game.
did that get put into the journal? I don't recall.
Is he a junior by chance? Carl Jr.?
No. Oh, one bookkeeping / feature thing that I hope we all find useful. I am using a couple of new modules. I'm using a few new modules actually, and one of them is Insert Quick Search Widget. If you, anywhere on the screen, hold down Control and hit the space bar, you'll get a search field. If you start typing at and then just start typing whatever you're looking for, like if you want a skill description, you hit at, type in HumInt. That should bring up some information for you, and you can choose either submenus or what you're looking for there. Hopefully that works. Hopefully it is helpful to you.
I don't see that we have any notes on his name. I did not.
I don't see any either.
So we'll
Okay.
go with Carl.
Carl sounds good.
I like that
It's
better.
Carl, unless in the other video it was something like Max, but I don't think it was Max. I'm pretty
It
sure
was
it was
not
Carl.
Max. It was not Max.
All right, so there you are. You're approaching the door. Feel free to approach the door. All right. As you get close, the door automatically opens up. And the bots in unison say, "Welcome to the Floating Vagabond."
I'm assuming there's like disco music, like boom, 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 boom.
It is, yeah, it's pretty kind of EDM type, sort of classical fusion EDM party music, and I didn't have any of that imported in or anything done with, so for now
We'll just listen to it in my head.
stop the music altogether and proceed from there.
Okay. The big place.
It is
Where were we with
quite
Carl at?
large.
Do we know, or are we in a different
We
area?
were done talking to Carl, and we were headed in when we called the session. So I don't remember. I mean, we kind of got some background of the area and talked a little about job possibilities, but I don't think we got anything solid other than just getting to know one of the locals.
Right. Now, before you get too deep in there, Aiden, go ahead and wait for just a minute. No, you can go ahead and enter. Just don't go much farther than that immediately. So as you walk in, to the right is a large vending machine, and it looks to be turned off. There's no apparent power to it immediately. And this vending machine is very nondescript in its structure, but it is chock full of bundles or packages of fuzzy pink bunny slippers and white bathrobes.
Ah. Andy, don't freak out. We'll be okay.
Was it dress out? Dress club or something?
Is this required dress code?
Yeah.
Do we see other
Nobody's
people? Are they
around
wearing-
immediately.
Oh, no one's around here.
Yeah. And I forgot that I was going to have Greg stay on the ship. Greg stayed on the ship.
He was crying.
Mark, you're still standing out there, apprehensively viewing
Yeah, hold 10 seconds on.
the bots.
Wait, is Andy having issues?
Yeah, sorry. I found out that God, my computer can't handle Discord and Foundry VTT, so I was getting half the conversations.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Wow.
I use my phone for Discord for the same reason.
But then it was like, hey, we need to verify because you're a new login. It was just a mess, and so I was battling as much. I heard most of everything, but I was not. Anyways, I'm with the group.
Okay. Well, I will move you inside then.
Thanks. Okay, cool. I just got everything to work.
Sweet. All right, so this is a very wide open space. There's all kinds of lights and there's music, and the place isn't like crazy full, but it's definitely not empty. In your immediate view, you can see probably 60 people. Across
What's their attire?
Across the whole thing. You see the vast majority of them are wearing what the typical garb that you saw in the mall back on Station Prime. You do, however, see a couple of people walking around wearing fuzzy pink bunny slippers and white bathrobes. There are the exact same kind of bots moving around. They appear to be talking to patrons, picking up drinks. They're doing busing work, that kind of thing. So there you are. You see a big holographic sign flashes up approximately here every 10 seconds or so and says bar with an arrow pointing to the left. Farther down, approximately here, you see another hollow sign that comes up and says bathrooms and points to the right or down on the map. There's a dance floor. There are people dancing. There are raised daises and all kinds of stuff. This looks like a pretty crazy place. There is some movement of the light, which I have attempted to communicate via the map without being ridiculously overbearing. And people are hanging out. Looks like most folks are having a pretty good time.
What's the credit situation? Can I go to the vending machine?
You can go to the vending machine, sure. You step up to it and it stays dark.
All right, can I stick one of the credit, like USB sticks in?
Yeah, you get a cred stick. You don't even insert it in. You just get it close to the port like you're going to plug it in, and the thing lights up.
Cool. Anybody else want a pair? Rule 1 of being in a new land is to blend in with the locals, right?
In the box of Sherma.
I'll pass. Thank you. You go ahead.
Suits you. Oh, Josh is just heading in.
I'm just scoping out the corner.
Gotcha. Aiden? Not Aiden. Sorry, Atticus.
Sorry, guys. 1 second. I think I'm gonna pass too.
Wow.
What about Brett?
Yeah, Brett looks like you.
Oh, dude, Brett is chomping at the bit to get some fuzzy pink bunny slippers, and a white bathrobe.
All right, I mess around with the machine, pop out 2, hand him 1.
Okay,
And I say, let's begin to blend.
sweet. So, information you did not yet know. The cred stick is charged for the two things 1,500 credits, and it informs you that you currently have, after paying for that, you have 24,000 credits.
Did we ever get the credits from Dax to the cred stick?
No, because you were in FTL and there's no connectivity to any feeds when you're in FTL. You're essentially
Later,
cut off from the universe when you're doing that. So
You're
he
in
gave
Yeah.
you he gave
Yeah.
you the account number and said clean it out.
some reason I thought that the credits were like digitally loaded on the computer of the credenza, and then just need to get downloaded to the USB stick.
Did you say the credenza?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, perfect.
Like Bitcoin.
Weirdo.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
All right, so you guys get close to the bot there, and it raises a hand with a finger pointing up, kind of like, "Hey, hang on just a sec." And without approaching, it says, "Welcome to the Floating Vagabond. We have just a few simple rules here. Patrons are expected to behave themselves. If you get into a fight, as long as it's not lethal, we'll handle the cleanup. If you die, you die."
Thanks, Ivan.
The bar is to the north and then to the west, around the corner. There you will find another seating area and some better or perhaps more calm atmosphere, depending on your taste, and the widest array of drinks to be had in this particular system, and maybe within the next 3 systems. Can I order something for you now?
How much do the drinks cost?
Well, it depends on what you would like, but the range is anywhere from 10 credits to 450.
And we had what, 32,000? What did you say? How much did we have?
24,000 left.
24,000. I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna ask if there's any house specials that they have right now, or any what do you call them, like custom drinks that they're known for.
Sure. The Vagabond is famous for its rot gut whiskey. And the rot gut is aged to perfection and runs, let me think, he doesn't hesitate, but I have to. 25 credits a shot.
Josh is rubbing his hands together because he loves rock gut whiskey. So he says, "Yeah, I'd take a shot of that just to get started." And I look around the rest of you guys and say, "What about you guys?"
Brett walks past you into view, and he's carrying all of his clothes and wearing the fuzzy pink bunny slippers and bathrobe.
Oh no.
Did he change in the hallway?
I had my back turned, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he disappears from view.
I hope he doesn't get into any trouble. just interested in a cerveza.
Excellent. We have 300 different kinds. Would you like to see the menu?
Yes, please.
Okay. He hands you, it looks like the laptop that Atticus picked up. It's about the size of a USB jump drive. And there's a button on it. You hit the button, it comes up with a hollow screen that is about, we'll say, 15 inches wide and 15 inches high. And it starts filling out a menu, and you can, basically this one is unlike Atticus's in that the cursor or the selector, whatever you want to call it, actually follows your eye, and you start looking at beers, and there's this massive list of them, and you find your favorite from Earth.
Okay. We'll start there.
Okay. Anybody else?
Who's got
Feel
water?
feel free.
My last time I had too much to drink, I'm just having water this time.
Okay. You get your varying drinks, and the bot lets you know that they will be waiting for you at the bar.
What's the bill? What's the damage?
The
It's-
water is the most expensive.
Start that. Yeah,
Um,
that was like 70 credits.
Yep.
Yeah, it's life. It was life water.
We'll say
Okay.
the bill comes up to like 500 credits. We're not going to track it too much right now.
Jeez, that water was expensive.
All right. So as you guys head off to the bar, we'll come back to you in just a moment. Dave, I'm guessing that you looked over the conversation that we had in the Discord.
Yep.
So you are emerging and walking into the hangar bay. Oh, I suppose I should probably
Walking in the hangar bay, or is he walking into the bar?
make you visible. Mind your business.
Okay.
All right. So you guys who went up north, you can see there's another hollow sign here that says bar and has an arrow pointing up the way signs tend to do.
Ah,
You said the bathroom is this way?
All the way down here.
Here. One more time.
To the right.
Over there? Gotcha. All right, I'm going to tell Josh, hey, get my drink and hold it. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
I know.
I'm not quite as ballsy as Brett.
Okay. Dave, as you hit the stone floor of the hangar bay, the lady kind of gives you a nod and a little bit of a salute and says, "Catch you later, big guy."
Thanks for the lip there, bud.
Yeah, you're welcome. This time it's on the house. So what you gonna do? You're standing there amidst a bunch of people doing stuff in the hangar bay, and you can clearly see the entrance to the Floating Vagabond. And since I put you right next to it, you approaching.
Yeah.
Okay. Going in, you get much the same treatment. The bot's outside. Welcome to the Floating Vagabond. Blah blah blah. You go in. There's music and people having a good time and whatnot.
Is this before or after Brett disrobes in the hallway?
Definitely after.
Oh, just checking.
Josh grabs his drink and Mark's drink, and he comes up to this high table and sits just to kind of scope out the area.
Okay. So when you approach the bar, I'm assuming you approach the bar to get the drinks and then you'll come back.
Yep. Yep.
and it's-
I'm up at the bar. Yeah, we'll start there.
Okay. So there's one of those
My-
spots behind the bar. I didn't place him there, but so there's that. There's one of the bars,
Okay.
and he basically says to you, "Here's your drinks. There you go. Starting a tab or going easy."
Starting a tab. Starting a tab.
And there's this brief pause, a slight flicker in its eyes, and it says, "I got you."
I grab my drink and Mark's drink, and I come back over here to the south and
Okay.
set at the high table bar. Or
Cool.
high table.
Gabe, as you turn the corner and approach the bar, you definitely see Brett is hanging out in the booth. He's already talking to some people. So, pretty social guy. And behind the bar are two bots, and there is a striking young woman. I will show you a picture. I wish that I could show single players this, but I'm guessing you'll all see her eventually. Purple hair, big lips, sort of greenish blue eyes, so a little on the maybe hazel. And
Can you
that-
drop the image onto my character? Does that do a single share?
I don't know. Let me look.
I might be thinking of the wrong game system. I closed it again. We'll see if it pops up.
Okay.
And you're right. Very striking.
We'll try the token. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I think
Nope.
it just put her on top of you.
Yep.
That's uncomfortable.
Awkward.
No.
Not for him.
It's not that kind of show.
Well, when you're on the ship, maybe. All right. So
Good
there are
job.
two bots. Like I said, there are two bots and they're doing stuff. The bar itself is not particularly crowded right now. There are maybe 5, 6 people. And you walk up and she says she is short. I don't know how tall you are, but she's 5 foot nothing. And looks like she weighs maybe $1.15, somewhere around there. And she says, "Hey, stranger, nice to see you." Sets your beer on the table or on the bar.
I appreciate that. It is good to be seen.
Yeah. What brings you in from the outside?
friend pointed us in this direction, and I've forgotten the name of the person we're looking for.
Oh, it's fine. You're looking for Jill.
Jill?
Yes, Jill.
A friend pointed us in this direction, and he said we should ask for Jill. Do you know
Oh,
Jill?
yeah? I do know Jill. That's me.
Well, I will have to, well, I wish I could thank my friend, but I appreciate his suggestion.
Well, who's your friend? Sounds like maybe an acquaintance or a mutual friend.
I think so. The only name he ever gave us was Dax.
Oh, you know Dax, huh? Is he
Yeah,
here?
we were his latest crew on the Canadensis.
Yeah. So he's here. What is he finishing something up on the ship?
Ah, how good a friend are you? I'm
At
afraid
that
I have bad news.
at that question, before you say I have bad news, let me look at something. Okay. Before you say I'm afraid I have bad news, she says what happened, and she looks decidedly uh, somewhere
Stressed.
between crestfallen and sad.
Um, is there a skill that I could use to break this to her gently? Possibly.
If I were you, I would say you could use.
It's not really my thing, but it seems like he would make the attempt.
Right. Um,
You meant?
either human, or I would even go with bureaucracy. That one casts kind of a wide net. So one of those two.
Well, he's better at bureaucracy.
Okay, we'll come back
We'll
to
go
you.
for that.
Yep, go ahead and make the roll. We'll come back to you.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Just enough.
Dave, are you dancing?
So Duvo is completely probably oblivious to the fact that people are trying to party on the dance floor. Instead, he is kind of bumping into people with his big husky frame, and the only thing on his person when he woke up was the a crinkled up picture he had gripped tight in his hand, and he's showing various people a picture and asking if they've seen the person in the picture.
Okay. So as you do that, and people are, I would say, jostling into you, but there's not a lot of jostle. They're bumping into the wall that is Duvo, and you get anywhere from angry, which turns to holy crap, to really confused, which turns to holy crap, to occasionally really confused, which turns to hey, what are you doing later? And universally, you're getting a lot of nope, don't know them.
Well,
Then
he's going to
somebody
continue
says,
to.
dude, try the bar. And they point west.
Does Josh see this guy kind of
Dude,
storming
it's
his way
hard to
around?
miss, man. This is like somebody freaking painted flesh tones the Michelin Man.
I
He's
didn't know if I could roll
massive.
alertness or not.
You can go for it.
I'm rolling.
All right.
Let's go.
That's awesome. Well done. No check mark for you.
Dang it.
Yeah,
Do I
you see
notice
this
them?
dude.
I just see this massive dude walking around, and I mean, I didn't miss him.
And it's almost comical because not only is he huge, right? The clothing that he's wearing like a tech or a mechanic's overalls, coveralls, and they barely fit. You get the feeling if he sneezed that they would rip, right? And they're not
Like it's
long
painted
enough. So and it almost looks like he's wearing capris. They're up so tall on his frame. And they're a good 2 inches short on the sleeve. And I mean, he's got them zipped up as much as they'll zip up, but it still makes him look like a cross between like a 70s porn star and a disco dancer. This dude is massive, and you don't know where he got the clothes, but they're too small. Atticus, you walk back into the bar area and you see Brett is yucking it up way too loudly with three other guys. And as you approach, do you say anything?
I'm gonna observe for a sec. I'm just gonna like stand and see what they're actually like all excited about because I don't know what he's doing.
He is telling crazy jokes and just being exceptionally weird. So much so that you actually wonder if he might already be drunk because his behavior on the ship was wildly different. He was very subdued, almost catatonic, hardly talked, seemed really, really depressed. And here, go ahead and give me a human roll.
Oh, I had a pull. 1 second. Okay. Critical success.
That is fantastic. Um, this is clearly a defense mechanism. You know that he's really unstable right now. And this is probably a response to being placed into another new situation. And he's just overreacting on instinct. Dave, you approach the bar, and the bot is needlessly cleaning the top of it and sees you approach and says, "Hey, buddy, what can I do for you?"
Well, I was wondering if you perhaps have seen this little lady right here. He holds out the picture.
Okay. It leans forward just a little bit, and you see a little bit of a flicker in its eye, and it pauses for 2 seconds and says, "Can't say I've ever seen her." Did you try the bar?
Well, I've tried a lot of things. What bar in particular?
Oh, you've never been here before. Okay, this is a bar. Go to the bar. And he jerks his thumb toward this direction. We'll say to the west. It says around the corner there, the big one.
Well, I'll head that way. Keep your stick on the ice.
And it stops.
Processing,
Like-
processing, processing.
Completely. And says, "We don't have that drink. What's it made of?"
It's not a drink, friend. It's a colloquialism.
Okay, try the bar. And jerks his thumb to the west. Mark, what are you doing? I saw you went into the can. What'd you do in there?
Yeah. Well, obviously I changed. So I got out just a little bit ago, and in typical Mark and me fashion, I fucking lost. So I made my way out here. I to the dance floor.
Are you going to start dancing?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. There's a bunch of people.
Is there any
out
way?
there.
Is there any way that I can get a drink delivered to me while on the dance floor?
I mean, you could flag a bot, and I'm sure.
Yeah, let's just say I did that.
Josh sees Mark come out and sees him go to the dance floor, so he goes ahead and just leaves his empty shot glass there, and brings him his drink that he asked for.
Okay.
And hands it to him, and
And skedaddles.
bails the dance floor.
All right, I'm still blending.
Okay. Blending. It takes about 4 seconds after you have a drink in your hand, and what you're guessing is either an obvious hooker or a, and I quote, comfort unit approaches you and starts chatting you up as she's dancing.
Can I run human int to figure out if I can pick up that she's a prostitute?
Sure, go for it.
All right, maybe I'm oblivious.
She's
I
a
am
really nice girl.
oblivious. My gosh,
You are.
maybe this white robe really is working.
Right, back to the bar.
Right. So
Gabriel, you say those words, you see her face, and then you say, "I'm afraid I have some bad news." She says, "What happened?" And it's about this time that Atticus and a massive stranger walk up. And as they do, the bot moves over and says, "What'll you have, pal? What'll you have, pal?" to the both of them.
Gabriel will. I will. You are working. I will tell you in a moment. I will stay.
She gets this look on her face that says, "Oh hell no," and and she walks to the end of the bar, comes around, and gives you the wave. Come on. And she will walk over to this door and go inside. Duvo and Atticus, the bot is looking at you like, "You want something to drink or what?"
Oh well. Yeah, actually, I want. How many guys were sitting with Brett?
3.
3. All right, including him, it's 4.
Yep.
I guess we'll do 5. 5. Trying to think here. Just do whatever. What's his face? Whatever. Josh got. The gut record.
Rot gut.
Breaker.
Rot gut.
Yeah, right. Yep. I'll take 5 rock gut shots, and can we deliver them to the table with Brett. I don't know, at a point over there, but ask if that's possible.
That is more than possible, sir. We'll have your drinks over there shortly. And you, big fella?
I'd like you to take a look at this here picture and tell me if you've seen this pretty little lady.
Same thing. It leans over a little bit, and the eyes flicker slightly, and very short delay, and it says, "I can't say that I have. Give me 30 seconds, and I will finish reviewing the last 14 years of data. But at this point, my guess is no." Something to drink?
Do you have anything that's free?
And it leans forward and says, "The first one."
Well, in that case, I'll take a lager.
Okay. It sets a thing down on the table. Looks like a little jump drive. Pushes a button and then expands out a menu, and it says, "We have 27 of those on tap. Pick your poison." And while you look at the menu and peruse, we'll go to Gabe and Jill. So she walks in, you walk in, the door closes, and she says, "Spill it."
Do you know Mesa? She was
I
on his
do.
crew.
I do know Mesa.
Friend of yours?
I don't know that I would go that far.
Neither would Dax. We were in the FTL and woke up one morning to Rusty. Do you know Rusty?
Yeah, I know Rusty.
Rusty sounded alarm because Dax was gone, and we found him at the table, and he had written a note. Bless you. I'm sorry. Salute. But he left the ship to those of us on the crew. Said we needed to find you, and that you were a friend. And he was pretty clear in the note that he thinks Mesa poisoned his favorite FTL food, and he said there was no antidote on the ship, and so he didn't see any point in waking us up. That's so we're here. We're new here. We don't have. Dax was the only friend we had. So I hope he's right. I hope you're a friend.
As you unfold the story, well, go ahead and give me a human roll. Okay. As you unfold the story, you do see some changes in her visage, but mostly you just see this a sadness. And as you wind it up, she says, "Well, that sucks. Okay. I need to think. I will find you. Don't leave. Don't leave the bar. And then she will turn and go into the door opposite the one that you came out of, or I'm sorry, came in from. Okay, so out in the bar proper, Atticus, you approach the table about the same time as the bot makes it. Oh well, maybe 5 seconds before the bot makes it over there, and Brett looks up, and it's like he acknowledges your presence, but it's like he doesn't even know you're there or who you are, rather. Um, and just kind of does a nod, and the other three guys, they look up at you like appraisingly, and the biggest one is an older guy, kind of a beer belly on him, looks pretty weathered. Says, "Help you with something, pal?" Not unfriendly, but not friendly either.
I bought you guys all drinks. You met a friend of mine, and I thought I would give you all a little greeting.
Well, I always like a guy who's buying me drinks. Have a seat. And Brett is, his demeanor has changed. He's gone back to being somewhat subdued and not saying a lot.
I'm gonna take a seat next to him. Get a little comfy. I'm not ignoring it, like I'm attentive to it, but I'm like, I guess I just am. I'm just straight up kind of ignoring his demeanor change, just sitting next to
Okay.
him. I'm not like trying to make him uncomfortable, but I'm sitting next to him as like I know him.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna tell the guys, hey, I'm new in town. What's with the pink robes and the pink slippers and the white robes?
We've only been here a couple times. I couldn't tell you. One of the bots said it's a historical thing. I don't know.
Some kind of history. Start laughing.
Yeah, sure.
So where are you guys from?
Pros. They all
Pros.
say. Pros. Pros.
Okay. So is that somewhere within the system? How far away from home are you?
Pros is a whole different system.
Oh, okay.
You said you're new here? What does that mean?
Give me a second. I need to think of how I'm going to respond to this.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Josh, you just hanging out, having your drink?
Yep. I'm just I was kind of scoping things out, just making sure that I don't know, trying to see if there's any activity that catches my eye. Obviously, I don't know what else is going on, but do I see anything else that maybe catches my eye or has my interest peaked at all, or is it just status quo?
Yeah, you don't really see anything crazy out of the ordinary. A lot of people partying.
Okay.
The dance floor is lively. There's a lot of people laughing and drinking. You don't. It looks pretty much like just a good time is being had by all.
Okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing that hits your instinct to be on guard or wary. I mean, being a soldier, you have pretty decent situational awareness as it is, but there's nothing that's making your skin crawl.
No, no threats. All right. So
No.
I'll go
The
ahead for
biggest
now. Just good.
the biggest threat you see right now is some hooker is talking to Mark.
I'm keeping an eye on him because everybody else is. I don't see anybody else right now, and I
Yeah.
don't want to leave him on the floor by himself. So I'm just kind of playing wingman. But I do go ahead and motion to the robot or one of the robots and throw up my hand for hey, I'll take one more.
Okay. It nods, and before too long, you'll have another drink.
Okay.
Gabe, you come out. Atticus has now joined a group of three other dudes and Brett, and it looks like you walked back to the bar where the big dude is standing. Big dude, go ahead and describe yourself. Actually, you and Gabe can both describe yourselves.
All right. So you see a big hulking like refrigerator Perry, massive guy, like we said earlier, wearing overalls that clearly don't fit. Uh, Brown hair, short beard. Uh, has like a little, almost a little windburn on his cheeks and his nose. Uh, he's got a little, looks like some kind of surgical repair on his upper lip, and he's still just like going around, and anytime he sees somebody he hasn't asked, he's showing this picture of this lady to people and asking if they've seen him.
You're up, Gabe.
I lose him.
Maybe. Let's see. If I remember right, Gabe
It
looks.
muted me again.
Ah, okay.
Sorry. Um, Gabe is small figure. I think we said he's about 5'6" or 5'8". The and remember, I think he was a little bit stocky in the body type. Um, he has got jet black hair, um, all but black eyes, very, very swarthy complexion, virtually no, actually, I think no facial hair. He moves relatively gracefully, not dancer graceful, but slips through a crowd. He is not the stumbling into people as he goes by kind of build. And I'm not actually sure he picked up his beer, so he was actually coming back here to pick up the beer that Jill set out for him. But
Okay.
assuming that this gentleman, whose name I don't know yet, asks him to look at the picture, he will stop and look at the picture.
Okay.
Yes, I very much hand over the picture.
What's the
What does she
girl
look
look like, Duvo?
I just popped a picture in Gen Chat. She's very short and petite, but got long brown hair, and he's got just a buck tooth, like just.
Wow, she's a looker.
I think they call that a butterface. Oh man.
Very much so. She is the polar opposite of Duba when it comes to size. She's very tiny. And yeah, that's the picture he's showing people.
That is awful and amazing. That is awfully amazing.
I do not think I have ever seen her. Who is she?
That's it's my lady friend. I lost track of her, and I've been on a little bit of a journey trying to find her.
Hmm. Well, I am new here, so me not knowing who but I have not seen her yet.
Okay, off to Mark. Your conversation has been going swimmingly.
Perfect.
Dancing
So for the
is
most
good.
part, I'm not drinking anything. I'm holding it. I'm not really drinking anything.
Okay.
And as much as I am totally thinking that she's into me because I'm an idiot, I am asking some questions about, what is there to do for work here? And kind of asking a couple questions about what the hell is going on around with the gateway. Have you heard any news about the gate? Isn't that what they call it, the gate? Something like that?
Yes. It's a jump gate, and the one
Jump.
that you were, the one that you were specifically referring to, I believe, was called the Genesis Gate. So you ask her about that, and she says, "Oh yeah, I heard about that. That's crazy. All the crazy terrorists and stuff." So you got any money on you?
Yeah, money I got. What terrorists do you think blew it up?
Oh, who cares? You want to have a good time?
Yeah. Good time. Good, yeah.
All right, come with me. She grabs she grabs the lapel of the hem of your fuzzy pink bunny slipper and white bathrobe and drags you off the dance floor. Josh, she's making her move and she's dragging him towards a dark corner.
I'm curious. If I tried to stop her, can I?
Yeah, you could. Right now, you're about 15 feet. You're off the dance floor now.
Josh salutes him.
No, I thought this was gonna work.
To those about to fall.
Are you going to resist?
Where are they heading?
She's
where are they heading towards?
There's a set of stairs right there, and she is headed for that. It looks like there's a seating area. There is a railing that is like a metal mesh railing, but it only goes up like 4 feet. 4 feet from the floor of the upper portion at the top of the steps. So it's probably 6 or 7 feet off the ground. You are in a similar platform area.
Okay, so I can see over there, but I can tell it's a little darker over that way. It's not as lit up.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so because I failed the human check, I think that she is both human and into me, and not a hooker.
Right. Okay.
Then, if that's
Perfect.
the truth, I go with her.
You go with her. All right. So you wind up over here.
Oh Jesus! I went away.
She pushes you down onto the couch and says, "It's going to be 2,000 in advance."
In advance?
In advance. I don't work for free.
I don't have credits on me. They're with other people. I lied. I assume at this point I figure it out, right?
Oh yeah, it's very
Okay.
clear.
He says this
Okay.
as she has his pants off.
Josh, I didn't have pants on to begin with. I had a robe.
Hey, I salute you again.
At the
Do I see that he's like struggling right now, or can I see that far?
you can see that the perspective is a little.
I think
You can't see a lot of what's going on, but you can see she is still standing up, but you know he is on the couch.
Okay, well, I'm just going to kind of turn, not really paying attention because he's a man. He can take care of himself.
There you go. There you go.
What?
So you make the pronouncement that you don't have the money on you, and her demeanor goes from super happy, bubbly, whatever, to just deadpan. And she says, "Nice try." Turns and walks off.
At this point, I take a drink.
Take a
I'm just
drink.
gonna stay. I'm just gonna stay sitting for a little bit and kind of take over what the hell just happened to me and take a little bit of a drink.
Okay. Atticus, we are back to you. Do you have an answer for the question?
Yeah, I'm gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him. Yeah, I'm from a distant sector or distant null sector called Aegis Field.
Okay.
And you should try and roll on this.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be that. I would like you to roll persuade. You're pretty good at that.
Yes, critically.
Dude, a crit success. That's amazing. Okay. All of them say, huh, never heard of that system.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Huh.
Took me
Far away?
Yeah, it's pretty far. I kind of live a nomadic lifestyle, you know. I just kind of pass through and pick up some friends here and there.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
And as the guy says, "That's cool," you're looking at him because that's what you do when you're conversing with somebody. And something happens. Out of this guy's forehead, a bulge, and then the skin splits open, and a
What the
worm
hell?
climbs out of his forehead, moves over to the other side, and burrows into his temple. Make me a sanity check.
Yeah, I think I do need to roll on that.
Oh
Oh,
no!
you gotta be kidding me.
Okay, you are. What do you think? Other than you got to be kidding me.
Out loud, what the fuck?
Okay, you say that, and they're all like, "What? What are you talking about?" And you look down, and you look at your hand, and you see one of those worms on your hand.
I'm going for a smash the thing on the table type thing here.
Okay. So you do that. I mean, it's on the back of your hand, so you're going to slam the back of your hand onto the table?
No, I'm going to reach my other hand on top of it, grab it, and then crush it on the table.
Okay, so you do that. You grab it off of your hand and you slam your hand down onto the table. Drinks go everywhere. Um, you stand up out of reflex, and they're all like, "What the hell, pal?" And Brett is freaking out. He starts rocking forward and backward, and you're looking at the table. You got your hands up, and you're looking at your hands, and they're totally clean. And you look at the table, and there's no worm there. And you look back at the guy's forehead, and there's nothing there.
Walking away. I'm losing my marbles here.
So that was far enough away. Yeah, you can go ahead and walk away. That was
Okay.
far enough away. I'm going to say Gabe and Duvo are in conversation. They don't really hear or see what just played out there. So you start walking away. We will go back to Josh. Josh, you just hanging out? Mark apparently
I'm
struck out.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Mark apparently struck out big time because you said that you had kind of diverted your attention. It's not long, and you see the girl out on the dance floor again.
So yeah, I see her, and I kind of look over, and I see him sitting there having a drink, and I go ahead and try to like wave my hand at him and like wave him back over towards me, and just see if he'll
Okay.
see me.
Okay.
Don't know if he will or not.
Okay. So, Mark, are you just contemplating your navel and enjoying your drink, or are you like people watching it all, or what?
Yeah, I mean, kind of after that, I'm just gonna take a drink, and then can I do like some sort of just observe the room kind of thing? Yeah, people watch really.
Sure. That is
Do I have a
gonna
roll for that,
be-
like alertness.
Yeah, go ahead and roll alertness.
Okay, sure it's not stealth.
I'm certain it's not stealth.
Holy shit!
Oh, wow. Nicely
All right.
done.
Even though I'm drinking, I'm watching everything.
Okay. Yep, you're drinking. You see Josh kind of wave as you see Atticus walking up to him. So it looks like Josh is waving you over. That girl on the dance floor, Josh, she turns to you and makes the me motion. Like,
And
you calling me over?
I look at her and I kind of do the like wave across the neck, like no, not you, and I point over to the side.
She kind of scowls and goes back to working the dance floor. Atticus, you're approaching right about the time he does the not you, the cut it neck, and you swear he's holding a knife and he's put it to his neck.
God, what is going on with me, dude?
And then you blink and the knife is gone and he's just sitting there with his drink.
Yeah, I'm assuming at this point I've broken up a little bit of a nervous sweat.
I'd say that's probably fair.
We're just gonna say I still have my water with me, which I have, if not already, drank most of. And I'm gonna open up to Josh here about what the hell is going on.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, dude, I don't know what's going on. I'm seeing things.
Hang on. Hang on. So you walk up, Josh. He's pale and sweaty.
Okay.
And his eyes are huge. Okay, speak.
I don't know what's going on, dude. I'm seeing shit. I swear you have a knife in your hand, but it's gone. And I pulled a worm off my hand and I killed it and it's gone. I don't know what's going on, dude.
As he says this,
Yep.
you can tell the adrenaline is really thick and he's not handling it well. He might be going into shock because he's shaking, and as he talks, he gets more and more physically agitated.
Okay. So I try to kind of talk him down. I'm like, what? Did this just happen? Has anything been going on before this?
No, I've been relatively fine, other than nearly dying a couple days ago. But I've been keeping it together.
I nod and kind of go. I wonder if it's something that's. Wonder if there's something going on. We've had a couple people acting funny.
Something in the water.
Yeah, possibly. Would I have any? I'm trying to think. Is there anything I could do to roll to try to come up with it?
Let's see here.
And you said a worm?
Yeah, a worm was on my hand. Well, let me go back a little bit.
Give me a first aid roll, Josh. Dude, you guys are on it tonight.
Get some massive rolls.
Yeah. This is clearly a delayed response to the extreme stress that you guys have been experiencing. This is like maybe akin to PTSD or something along those lines. This is a psychological response to it.
Would I know of anything to possibly help him?
So, unless you have psychotherapy,
I have a 10 in it, but that's.
You have a 10 in it. You can roll it.
All right, let's try.
100% chance to save my life.
Look at that.
Oh,
That's
my
right.
goodness.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's amazing.
Let's go.
Amazing.
And you
Okay.
you had a 10?
I had a 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you have no
Right.
idea. You have no idea why or how this works. But you remember from some of your military training that they talked about how to mitigate that kind of reaction. So you have some ideas on what to tell them. First off, water is really good. Some breathing exercises and something that's real to focus on, and that can help with those things until he can get some real professional help.
Okay, so
I don't know if that's like accurate in the real world. I'm just totally making this up. So
you're doing good. So I tell him to hold on a second, and I look to see. Do you have a water right now or anything to drink?
I do have the water.
Okay, well, I go. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go get another water. We're gonna go sit down over here, and we're gonna take a second. So I walk over and.
Okay, as you get up and walk over to the bar, Atticus, his back is literally covered with those worms.
Oh God. Well, I'm not going to follow him.
I see him starting to fly. I see him starting to follow me, and I'm like, hey, just go sit in the booth beside us, or pick an open booth. I'll be back over in just a second. So I go ahead and come over, ask for water.
Okay. As he walks down the steps, the movement, the jostling, several of them fall off onto the floor and begin crawling around. And we're going to go back to Gabe and Duvo. What's up, fellas?
So,
Gabe? Okay, sorry.
so my name is Gabriel. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Duvo.
Are you from this sector, Dovo?
No, I'm from the Great White North, Canada. I was strangely, I was actually on a ship headed out here, and I'm told there was some kind of accident. I'll be really honest. I woke up with nothing but a gown on and a scar on my chest. I don't, I don't really know what happened. One minute I was headed to the bar, and the next minute I wake up on a strange ship with a pirate lady.
Which that explains the flag in the picture. I recognize the Canadian flag.
And maybe the Canadian teeth.
Wow.
We were my friends and I.
Well, I hadn't even noticed her teeth. I hadn't made it that far.
We were on the same ship, I think, maybe. I am from the Amazon. You might remember it. Far from your great white north.
No, we have Amazon warehouses up there.
Different one. The river. Anyways, so what are you going to do here while you are trying to find your friend?
Well, I suppose I probably need to find work. The crew that rescued me said they were full up, but she said this was the best spot in the sector to potentially find some way to make a living so I could continue my hunt.
We got much the same. I'm the lady I talked to. I'm hoping that she has some advice or a job or something for us. What are you good at, Duvo? Maybe I can
Okay,
help find you a job.
hang on for just a moment there.
Hanging?
To actually keep going, I'll interrupt in a minute.
Okay.
I'm a pretty good mechanic. I also was a hockey player. I bet you can't guess what position I played.
I
The
do not
rink?
know hockey, so I would not take that bet. You played the big position. Maybe the. Oh wait, I know one. The goalie. Are you the
Oh,
goalie?
see, you would have won the bet. I was the goalie.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm going to
Um,
interrupt. All of you uh, sitting at tables, it comes across on the table. The table turns into a display. For Gabe and Duvo, it's above and behind the bar. There's a hollow screen that comes up. It's visible to everybody. It's the same thing, and it pops on, and there is a news bulletin essentially, and it's talking about the Genesis Gate, the Genesis Gate disaster, and there is footage of it there and some other stuff. Now, everybody, please make me an alertness roll. Good grief.
Throwing rocks today.
Oh, somebody didn't.
Nope.
Okay, so Mark is a success. Josh is a success. All right. Mark and Josh, Gabe and Duvo, you guys are apparently too deep in conversation. You see it. Gabe, it's more that you don't want to see it, so you avert your attention. And Duvo is just being a kind Canadian and staying focused on the conversation. But Atticus, you're watching the worms and making sure they don't come close to you. Mark, you and Josh see this. You see the footage. That in and of itself is a thing. But at the bottom is essentially a scrolling ticker, and it says, "Billed as worst terrorist attack in 1,200 years." See how well you've been paying attention. Does that mean anything to you?
1,200 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
You
that
don't
we'd
get
only
to
been on
play
this
all.
side. I thought that we'd only been on this side of the galaxy for like, God, I thought it was like 50 tops.
God, 9/11.
Yeah, so timeline refresher for those of you that noticed, and everybody else can just keep it as player knowledge. 2029 is when Neogen Aerospace began working on the ILS. The jump gate was activated and the first jump was made in 2035. The first colonization jump happened in 2040. And present day in Earth's solar system is 2391. You've been here like 3 days, and it says build as worst disaster, worst terrorist attack in 1,200 years, right? And you start looking, and the news ticker above it and to the right, it actually shows the date. The year says 5187. The two of you make me a sand roll.
What? All right. All right.
Dude, right on. Right on it. That's crazy.
I've been rolling, man.
You have.
I'm never gonna fail, so I can get better. How about you gonna
Sorry,
win
okay.
all the time? Who else?
Sorry,
is on?
it's me, and I'm looking for it. Plus, I was trying to. There it is.
Right. Yeah.
I was trying to save some notes. 34.
Holy cow, you guys.
But yeah, this just makes sense to us.
Okay, so you're both going to take 1 sanity damage.
You're a dick.
You're welcome.
It could have been way
Just
worse.
be glad you made the roll.
How much damage was I supposed to take? We never talked about that.
Don't worry about it.
So
Okay.
sanity is
We,
an add one.
we never talked about
Right.
it. No.
Let's take one away.
Okay, I'm
from
just
the
making
number
sure.
on the left.
Oh, 37. So 36. All right.
And you both have this brief moment of, what am I seeing? And you still don't fully understand, but it crashes into your psyche that if that is correct, everybody you know, your parents, your siblings, your friends, people that you care about, if that is right, they are all long, 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 long dead.
Marvelous.
Back to Gabe and Duvo. Chit chat, chit chat. Oh, great, news thingy. Uh huh. Moving on.
Yeah. Um, I don't remember where we're at in the conversation. Right? I was asking, what so you are a mechanic? You work on the starships?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with a wrench. I can't always get in the tight spaces, but I can lift any of the heavy components and things like that. I've been hitting the head too many times to do anything that requires too much brain work.
Uh, is that uh, is that a hockey reference?
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty rough sport. I know you. What do you have down there? Is it football or something?
Yeah, we the people in the cities they play football. I grew up a long ways from there, so we hunt, we fish, we did not have a store. We had to go and work with Mother Nature to make to feed ourselves, to make our things. But yeah, I might be good at football. I never played it.
Gabe, there's a tap on your shoulder.
Okay.
You turn around, and it is Jill. Um, you're pretty sure that she has been crying, but you're not 100% certain. And she
Do
says,
my
"Get your friends and come to the office. It's through that room that we were in earlier."
Okay.
And she turns and she walks away.
Um. Well, Duval, you let me introduce you to some of my friends. Wait here at the end of the bar, okay?
Sure
And
thing.
I will go and try to round up the crew.
Okay. So while he goes off to round up the crew, Duvo, you're standing there hanging out at the bar, and you can't help but notice that the news thing is still on there, and there's been some sort of terrorist attack, and your first thought is, oh great, there are terrorists here too. Can't humanity get past that? Whatever, whatever. Holy crap! Does that say 1,200 years? And you come to the same crazy 5187 as the year, and you thought it was 2391. It's 2391. So I need you to make me a sand roll, please.
All right.
To do that, if you open up your character, you'll see the sand in the upper right hand corner of it. Just click the dice there or the word sand, and it should roll.
Oh,
Good grief, you guys. You take 1 point of sanity damage. Oh, and I forgot to do this with the other guys. So you can all do this together. If you go to, what is it, the psychological tab? Yeah, psychological tab. You've got your breaking point there. Beneath that, You got incidents of sand loss without going insane. Check mark the next. Bless you. Check mark the first from the left, the first free box or unchecked box that is underneath helplessness.
So I have 2 check marks now.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, here's how that mechanic works. Refresher for everybody. If you have a sanity test and you don't exceed 5 sanity, you check the box. As you go on, if you roll another one like Josh just did, and you stay under 5 cumulative, then you still check another box. If you manage to get 3 sand checks in and don't go over 5 cumulatively, then you check the third box and you are adapted to helplessness. And what that means is you can incur sanity loss without going temporarily insane. If at any time in that process you lose more than 5 sanity, you start over.
Okay.
But once you get to the 3, you're adapted to it, and you still suffer the sand loss, but you no longer have these bouts of temporary insanity.
Okay.
Okay?
We lost Andy.
Well, dang it. Maybe he'll come back.
Just let you know.
Yep, appreciate it. All right, so that is done. We can just say that Gabe, you easily find everybody. Atticus looks like he's having, like, I don't know, ate some bad tacos or something.
Yeah. Can't really hit.
And we're going
I
here.
I found Jill. She was at the bar. She said she wants us to come into the office. So I will lead the group
Okay.
up here to the office.
Did we introduce us to Duvo?
Oh, and
Introductions have not been made yet.
sorry. This I have also made a new friend. His Duval. I think he was on the ship with us. He did not come out of it as well as we have, but he's here. So he said he can. He said he can work on ships. He's a mechanic, so we'll. I thought maybe Jill can help him too.
Cool. So you guys can introduce and give names and whatnot. Gabe, Brett refuses to join you.
It's it's up to you, man. If you change your mind, we're going to be over in the office.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
Liar.
I'm gonna humant that.
Okay, go for it.
I already have it checked for the day. Can I check it twice?
Um,
Oh,
Find out who's naughty or nice.
okay. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see you when you get over there.
Yeah, okay. All right, so everybody goes into that room, and Gabe, you can easily infer that it's through that next door to the north. So, yeah, everybody goes in. Man, this place is
Whoop.
big.
Am I still sandworms?
Actually, no, you're not.
Sweet.
I was going to say,
It's-
I think before he came and got us, we were having a conversation over there, working through
Yeah.
some heavy. Oh, that is a good heavy breathing, some deep breathing.
that girl from the dance floor shows back up.
That's how I recompose myself.
I know how we can take your mind off of things. No way.
We'll partake in some breathing exercises.
I'm sorry. Do you guys need a minute?
Nope.
I'm not gonna make the joke.
Oh,
All right. You get into the office, and Jill is there. You can see that there is another bot that is sitting at the desk, working away. It's doing some stuff, and she says, "Have a seat." And she's kind of rubbing her forehead, like she's either got a headache or it's been a rough day, kind of thing. And she goes around and introduces herself as Jill Glaive, Glave, and gets all of your names, and says, that turns to Gabe and says, I checked out your story. I've been in contact with Rusty. Don't be offended. It's just smart.
I was hoping you would.
Yeah. So he sent over the paperwork, and Bill here, she motions to the bot, is working on finalizing the transfer of Canadensis to you. And Bill, without looking up, says, "Nice to meet you. Would you like to rename the ship?"
Credenza, please.
She says he's pretty much all business. Credenza, nice.
I don't know. Maybe we call it the Dax.
Be a good name.
I'm fine with that.
She
That makes
Easier to
sense.
remember.
she nods approvingly, and Bill says, "Got it. Registration underway." And she says, "Rusty said that you would have the account number."
Oh no, we do.
Mark?
Do I have the account number?
It was in the note that he wrote you guys. It's this great big honkin' alphanumeric thing.
Okay,
And,
I was like, am I supposed to have had this in the notes? Because I do not have this in the notes.
He
Yeah,
did
it was
not give us the
exotic.
entire code.
It was
Okay,
not
well, I
expected.
give Bill the entire code.
Yeah. It is a UAN, a universal account number. And he did give you the whole thing in the note, but it's more than you would ever be able to memorize or spew.
Well,
So,
I'm saying Dax gave us the whole thing, but Tom never actually read the whole thing.
yeah, that's
'Cause you were
true.
like-
I didn't. Yeah, I got 10 or 12 characters in and said, yeah, I'm not finishing that.
Yeah.
So, you give him that, and she tells Bill to keep doing his thing, and she pulls up a screen, and she starts typing and enters in the number, and she looks at it for a second and says, "Well, it's a start." And she turns and motions for you guys to look at the screen. And when you do, you have 227 million credits.
Oh, I'm a millionaire.
I immediately head out the door and find the girl hooker.
Yeah. He's flashing the cash in the air. Yeah.
It's just on a screen
Gosh,
right
salute
now.
him again.
Can I regain sanity because I'm so happy?
I can still
No.
only pay for 2 minutes.
Wow.
I want to know what that gives me.
And she says, we really got to talk. Not about the money, but about your situation. Rusty filled me in. I'm sure you have a lot of questions, so maybe we should start there.
Yeah. How do we have so much money? Like, how is he that rich?
Okay, guys. You're probably not used to how things work here. 227 million. That's a decent amount, but it's not that much. There are independent contractors who, if they work smart and hard, can clear $1 billion a cycle.
$1 billion a cycle?
$1 billion a cycle.
How long's a cycle?
It's a month.
Dang.
This guy was broke.
Never mind.
I honestly expected him to have more. I'm not sure what Dax spent his money on, and it could be that he he kind of semi-retired for the last 10 or 12 years. He would still work, but it wasn't near the grind that he had been working at. So, he may have some stashed somewhere else. He may not. This might be it. But, I mean, you guys aren't going to starve, and you've got a good head start.
Head start on what?
What did Dax do?
A little bit of everything. He was what some of us refer to as a utility pilot or a utility flyer. A lot of cargo hauls. They're usually relatively lucrative without much danger. But he did a little bit of everything. She starts to say canadensis and then says the Dax can be fitted to do some asteroid mining, some resource gathering, and there's always work for some ships in security work or escorting dignitaries or rich people. He did a little bit of everything. As far as I know, he didn't do much that was illegal, but that's kind of relative out here.
So he warned us about Mesa?
Yeah,
What?
about Mesa. What did he tell
I
you?
I don't know. I got a vibe that maybe she did more things that were illegal. I don't know. Did he tell any of you guys?
Did not tell me.
No.
So, yeah. Mesa is your prototypical mercenary. She'll She'll slit your throat for 1,000 credits. She's a straight sociopath. She doesn't care about anything or anybody. She puts on a good show, but anybody with the right skill can see that it's a shallow affect. Rusty filled me in that Dax kicked her off, and that she probably tried to chase you as you left Station Prime.
Somebody did.
Yeah, that was probably Mesa. She doesn't like to lose. And she is very irrational about that.
Hmm. So we got a sheep, we've got some money, and we've got somebody to watch over our shoulder after. I'm kind of used to that.
Well, good. What other questions do you guys have?
Where do we need to go from here?
We're going to need a job.
Where do you go from here? You can go anywhere you want. I would stay out of the Genesis sector for a while. That has been declared as nullsec, and it's very unstable right now. Excuse me.
Tell us
She
anything
says,
about the terrorists? Sorry.
what's that?
I was going to ask if she could tell us anything about the terrorists.
Uh,
That tried to pop us up.
well, I can tell you some things. It is suspected that, excuse me, it's suspected that air is responsible for the attack. And at the blank looks, she says air, the Anti-Industrial Reformation. They're a terrorist group that trying to undermine corporation interests so that they can seize power and run things their way. They are pretty powerful. They are very dispersed and underground. They're tough to deal with. They've been around for several hundred years now. And when she says several hundred years, anybody who didn't see the news screen, something about that doesn't sound exactly right. And she goes on, it was probably them. Some people are saying it was Red Horizon, but I don't see them doing something like that.
Red Horizon.
Yeah, Red Horizon. She says that's a loose coalition of civilian organizations and corporations that want to return to Earth's solar system because they think the Neogen sector is nearing some kind of disaster. They're pretty kooky. There's no indication of anything happening, at least in the next million years. So they're kind of fringy, but it doesn't make any sense. The Genesis Gate was the only way back to Earth. Why would they destroy it?
Mhm. Why couldn't they go back to Earth in the first place?
So corporations, if you're not aware, pretty much run everything. Um, yeah, that's a fair statement. Corporations pretty much run everything, and there's a lot of jockeying and politicking for control. And right now, Neogen Aerospace, uh, well, Neogen Aerospace owned the jump gate. And they decide when it fires up or fired up. She keeps referring to it in the present tense and then catching herself and referring to it in the past tense. And they set the pricing and full control over it. So uh, going back was very restricted. I don't exactly know why, but they were in control of the jump gate.
Okay.
Well,
Other questions? That's the GM, not
right,
Jim.
right. Well, do you know anybody who has a job right now for some new for a new ship?
Yeah, there are jobs all over the place. Hang on. She goes around the desk to where Bill is, and she opens a drawer, and she hands each of you a brand new laptop, which looks about the size of a jump drive, and says, "Here, let me show you how to work this thing. You push the button, it comes up. It's automatically going to connect to whatever feed you had open last, whether that's an entertainment feed or whatever." And she starts showing you how to look at stuff. She says you can look at the jobs at every station, every system that you're in. Okay. And the way you do that is this, and she shows you how to do it. You can even expand that to neighboring systems, etc. Now, she's holding the thing and she's moving around, and the screen is, like moving in midair with her. She says you can have it not do this, the moving it around, by double tapping here, and she does that, and then the thing stays where it is. The screen stays suspended in midair, and she starts moving the thing around. She says it helps with people who are expressive like me, and you can adjust the screen size, and she, with her two hands, still holding the laptop, if you will, between her forefinger and her thumb, she uses one of her other fingers to go to the bottom corner and her other hand to the top corner, and essentially just does a spreading motion, and the screen gets huge. And you think that would have been so nice when we were looking at the map on Station Prime.
Yeah.
She says these things are pretty handy. You can each keep those. I keep about 50 or 60 on hand. So yeah,
I got a
there's
quick
that.
question.
Sure.
So people normally go through the gate, right? Every once in a while, right? The Genesis gate.
Yeah.
Does it normally take thousands of years? Is time travel not time travel? Is that expected?
She looks confused and says, "I'm not sure what you mean."
We went through the gate in 20. Shit, what was it? I had the notes up.
23 something.
Yeah.
I believe it was
And
23,
now it is.
91.
Yeah, and now it is not. So
She looks
Will you-
really confused.
What do you mean he's not?
didn't you already see this, Gabe?
Nope.
I have news for you, Dave. I'm getting to my notes. It's taking me a turn. It's 5187.
I put my arm around his shoulder and I'm like, so we have to talk.
About that.
So, Gabe, make me a sand roll.
Oh shit! Sorry, dude. You needed to know.
No, I was just waiting for the request to come.
The
I mean,
shoe to drop.
To be fair, I haven't ran a sanity roll on that either. So.
Oh, yeah, you need to. Good grief, you guys.
Oh, dude,
You're the
Sorry, we're
sanest,
good.
crazy
I
people I know.
just talked him off the freaking ledge.
There we go.
Holy cow. All right,
It was-
each of you are
It
going to
was
take
all because
one.
of the. It was all because of your arm around the shoulder. That's the only thing that made it work.
That's
Maybe
what it
feel
was.
better.
I centered him.
Yeah.
So our,
Each of
our
you. Sorry, go ahead.
I marked down 1 point of sand.
Okay. And check
And-
the box for helplessness.
We left in 2391,
Yes.
and it is now 5187.
Correct.
Yes.
Hey, I remembered. I'm trying to take notes too. Sorry.
And no human roll required. She is just as confused, though way less shocked as you.
Yay.
She says, I'm not saying you're a liar, but what you've said doesn't make any sense. Humanity has been here for thousands of years. We've been in the Neogen sector for thousands of years.
But we have it.
Or have we?
Dun, dun, dun.
The I don't know. The faster than light. Maybe it's a lot slower than they think.
Is science your strong suit?
It's
No.
called slower than time.
That's not how this works, right?
So, just as a footnote, not to detract from the current conversation, but she was in the middle of showing you essentially how to find work. You should be getting a thing come up now.
Bing.
And it doesn't look like this on your screens, but you've got a list of it's like freaking Craigslist, basically. It's thousands of available jobs. I was not going to make thousands of potential jobs for you. You currently have 4 to choose from.
I gotta go, guys.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
We're wrapping
Yeah.
up. Actually, this is a great place to stop. So
Yeah.
we
Who's
will
that?
call it.
All right.
We will pick something when we come back.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Got some time to think about it.
See ya.
All right.
Later.
Thanks for joining up, Dave.
Yeah.
We'll see
hope
the
you
rest
had
of you
fun.
soon.
This
This has been great so far.
cool.
Seeing
Cool.
some sick rolls tonight.
Yeah, exactly. We needed that.
Atticus.
The worms, they're eating my brain.
To be fair,
Yeah.
it looks pretty real.
Thanks, Patrick.
I hope you enjoyed that little jaunt into what is happening to me.
Into insanity.
All right, fellas. You have more
All right.
information now.
Thank you, boys.
Exactly. Got a way
We'll
to
see
go.
you all.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Yep. Later.
See you guys.
Bye.